Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. It's Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and it's time for another lesson about life in the Sandbox that we all share. And guess who my guest is? That's right, the author of the Play Nice in Your Sandbox series of books. Ron Price is back here with me every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every
Rain
Wednesday.
Or shine.
We gave you the summer off, and now
parking
we got you.
Spaces or no parking
That's
spaces.
True. That's true. I don't know where you had to park today. Probably halfway to Kirtland, but we're glad that you're here.
It's another subject.
Okay. Thank you for wearing your good walking shoes.
That's exactly right.
Anyway, welcome back.
Thank you, Scott.
So good to have you here.
Yep.
We're going to start and maybe finish today. We're not sure. You have 10 steps to resolving conflict.
Let me tell you where I got this, Scott. And let me back up for a minute.
Okay.
People know me as a relationship coach, especially marriage, but not only. But I don't believe in premarital counseling. Now, that startles some people. Wait a minute, everybody needs premarital counseling. No, they don't. They need premarital preparation, and there's a difference. People who want to get married are not necessarily neurotic, psychotic, or schizophrenic. Well, they might be, but some of us are. They need preparation because marriage is a special life event, a special relationship, and it takes certain preparation. So I have an instrument put out by the people at Prepare Enrich, where a couple will they'll do a survey online. They'll answer like 200 questions. What are they expecting from this relationship? The computer will take their answers, merge them together, and in 10 areas show them where they're in pretty good agreement, where there are issues that are going to come up in their relationship. And so it's not pass fail. Yep, you scored high enough, you can go ahead and get married, or no, you didn't, so sorry about that. No, it's hey, if you continue in this relationship, these are issues you should expect to have, and you might want to learn how to deal with them. These are issues that, yeah, pay attention, but you're pretty good in agreement. For instance, finances, friends, lifestyle, 10 different categories. And then they have exercises for those, what do they call them, growth areas. There's strengths, possible growth areas, and growth areas. That's where
Wow.
That's where your answer. And again, it's not right or wrong. It's your answers. You answered one way. The other person answered a very different way. Well, wait a minute. What's behind that?
Okay.
So they came up with this deal called 10 Steps for Resolving Conflict. Let's see how many we can go through.
Okay.
1, set a time and a place for the discussion. If you have a conflict with somebody and you want to make a good faith effort to resolve it, let them pick the time that's convenient for them as well. Don't just say, hey, sit down, we got to talk about this right now. Set a time that's mutually acceptable,
right,
and a place. I often recommend go to a coffee house, go to Durango Joe's or somewhere where there's going to be other people around. It'll keep your voices down. It'll keep you on your best behavior.
Witnesses.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, don't bring body cameras.
No. Yes.
But seriously, a public place.
And I think regular viewers of our segment have heard that before. You have mentioned that before to me.
Yeah. No, it's a good idea.
Okay.
Good idea.
Great minds think alike, apparently.
That's right. Define the problem is the second step that they recommend. Yeah, we're not going to get through all 10. The second step is define the problem. Be specific about what the conflict is about, because so often one person might think the conflict is about A, B, C, the other person thinks it's about B, C, D. And depending on the emotions involved, the lack of communication, the intensity, whatever, one person could think the problem's about A, B, C. The other person might think it's about 7 Giraffe Cadillac. I mean, we can totally, and Scott, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Totally miss each other.
About
That's
your
what
Cadillac.
You were thinking?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay.
That's right. You're a Lincoln guy. I shouldn't have said Cadillac.
That's right.
Step number 3, I like this one. List the ways you each contribute to the problem.
Oh.
Ooh, now, you're in a conflict.
I would have to think about that.
Oh, of course.
How I contribute to the problem.
Of course you would. Thank you
But
for
it's
being
all
so
you.
humble.
I thought it was all you.
And that'd be the easy part. Now, stop it. It is easy. You know what? You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. You're right. It is more difficult. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Because we don't take the time. It's not that hard. Once you start down that path, Scott, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and yeah, I'm probably doing that, and yeah, I never thought of it before, but I bet this bothers them, and it's an interesting exercise. It just is. I'm doing a huge study these days on the wonderful gift of humility. Mm-hmm. Wonderful gift of humility. Think of people you admire, Scott. Other than me, think of people that you admire.
Well, that's the short list, but yes.
Yeah. But seriously,
right. Sure.
Would you consider them to be humble people?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
It's at the top of most everybody's list. Mm-hmm. So humility is not just something, oh, you ought to do it. It's supposed to be humble. No. If I'm really being humble, you can't offend me. I am unoffendable if I'm living true humility. Understanding who I am.
Right.
Understanding how I fit in with others. It's a great way to live. C.S. Lewis once said, humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's not, oh, I'm so humble, I'm terrible, I'm a worm. No. It's not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. Makes room to think of others more, you think?
Yep.
I like
it. Okay. All right.
So, list ways that you each contribute. It's fine. Please do list ways that the other is irritating you, bothering you. Oh my, look at the time. We might have 3 episodes for this. But list the ways what they're doing, and you're going to be able to voice that in a constructive way. What are you doing that's contributing to the situation? Yeah, that's just 3, Scott. I think we ought to sign off and come back next week. What do you think?
That. Well, we can do that.
All right, then.
You have a long-term contract.
All right.
So we'll see you next week.
That's right.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
That's Ron Price. He is here with me every Wednesday right here, and we'll have more on the same topic next week on KSJE Farmington. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.